A January night. Wind claws at the house until the walls pulse and groan. Snow presses tight against every window, every door. The fire shrinks. Breath clouds the kitchen air. In 1881, this suffocating cold swept through Britain, paralyzing families inside their own homes as the snowstorms sealed them off from help, from warmth, from life itself. It wasn't only the cold that killed. It was what the storm cut people off from. Inside, the cold presses from every side. Walls shudder as the wind finds every gap, each gust driving a fine dust of snow through the cracks and seams. The jug on the table is rimmed with ice. The water inside has turned solid. A single coal fire burning low throws little warmth. The room is dim, the air so cold that breath hangs in pale clouds above the blankets. Mother and child draw closer, layers of shawls and coats pulled tight, but the chill seeps through everything. Coal is precious, only a few lumps left in the scuttle. Each piece must last. She hesitates before feeding the fire, knowing what remains must see them through the night. The silence is heavy, broken only by the pop of a cinder and the distant groan of the wind. In some houses, the frost creeps along the walls, painting them with white. The kitchen floor is dusted with snow that has slipped in around the doorframe. Outside, the snow piles higher, pressing against the door, making it harder to open with every hour. Inside, the family waits, watching the last embers glow, listening to the storm's slow siege. Every breath is a reminder of how thin the barrier is between warmth and the world of ice beyond. A decision must be made. The last of the bread is gone, and the coal scuttle is nearly empty. Wind rattles the window panes. Someone stands at the door, scarf wrapped high, boots pulled on with stiff fingers. It's not courage that sends them out. It is hunger and need, a duty that cannot wait for the weather to pass. The handle is cold as iron. When the door opens, the blizzard surges in, swirling snow across the floor, stinging faces, making the hallway vanish in a haze of white. The family inside watches as the figure steps out, coat flapping, head bowed against the gale. The door is forced shut once more. Snow already piles in the corners, driven by the wind through every crack. Within minutes, the threshold is rimmed with drifts. Each gust heaps more against the wood, packing it tight, inch by inch. Inside, the silence grows heavier. The fire burns lower. The outline of boots fades from the step, lost beneath the rising snow. Soon the door will not open at all. The storm presses in, sealing the house from the world, leaving those within to wait and wonder if the one who left will ever return. Lanes disappear beneath a white plain. Where hedges once marked the edge of the road, there is only a smooth, drifting surface. No shapes, no shadows, just the rise and fall of snow against the sky. Paths that led from cottage to village vanish overnight, buried so deeply that a person could walk above where fences and shrubs once stood. Doors that opened easily yesterday are now pressed tight by drifts, the wood bowing inward beneath the weight. A villager stands in the half-light of morning, peering through frost-laced glass at a world that no longer resembles the one they knew. The lane beyond the gate is gone, erased by the storm. Footsteps fade within a few yards, lost to the wind and the endless white. No post arrives. The usual clatter of the mail cart is missing, its route swallowed by snow. News from the next parish, from the world beyond, is cut off. Even the sound of distant voices is absent. No one calls. No one passes along the lane. The silence is not peaceful. It is a kind of waiting. In the village, windows glow faintly behind curtains drawn tight. Outside, the only movement comes from the wind, shaping the snow into silent walls. Hedges, once a living boundary, are hidden under drifts so deep that children could walk atop them without ever touching a branch. Inside each house, people listen for any sign that the world is stirring, that help or news might break through. But the storm has sealed them in. Each home an island, each family watching as the last traces of the familiar disappear beneath snow that shows no sign of stopping. The waiting stretches on. The tracks vanish beneath a white, unbroken field. Where rails once gleamed, there is only a shallow dip in the snow, barely a memory of movement. Telegraph poles lean at odd angles, wires snapped and trailing, their messages silenced mid-sentence. Along one line, a passenger train sits stranded, its carriages half buried, windows crusted with frost, doors frozen shut. Inside, a single lantern glows in the dark, painting tired faces with a thin yellow light. The heat from the stove is no match for the cold that seeps through every seam. Passengers huddle together, coats pulled tight, breath clouding the glass. Outside, the storm howls, piling snow against the wheels, sealing the train in place as surely as any house. No word comes from the city. No relief train arrives. The telegraph wires that once carried news and hope now hang useless, heavy with ice. By morning, the train is just another shape beneath the drifts. Some lines have been abandoned entirely, engines left to freeze where they stopped. Across the countryside, railways and roads are erased at once, cutting off villages, farms, and towns alike. The world beyond becomes unreachable, not by distance, but by the weight of snow and the silence of broken wires. Inside the carriage, the lantern burns low, and the night seems endless. Every hour, the cold presses closer. Rescue will not come soon. The storm has made an island of every place, and every person waits for morning, not knowing if it will bring help or only more snow. A child stands by the door, listening for footsteps that never come. The handle is buried in snow, frozen in place. On the far side, wind scours the yard, erasing every trace. Inside, the elder stirs the ashes, eyes fixed on the drifted threshold. The breadbasket sits empty. Hours pass. The fire burns lower. Still, the door does not open. Somewhere beyond the white silence, a figure lies lost in the storm, like the woman in the parish book who set out for bread and was found the next morning, frozen in a drift. In this house, waiting stretches on, heavy as the snow pressing against the walls. The world narrows to hope and absence. Each day, the door stays shut. No voice calls from the lane. Only the wind answers, carrying nothing back. In the parish book, a single entry records a name and a date. No one speaks above a whisper when the notice is read. Behind closed doors, families count the places at their tables, the empty chair by the hearth. The village moves quietly, measuring loss not in numbers, but in the hush that follows each question left unanswered. A woman went out for bread and did not return. The next morning, she was found in the drift, Her absence was written in the silence that settles over her home. The snow outside softens every sound, but inside the quiet is sharper. The storm has taken more than warmth. It has left a space that words cannot fill. Even now, a sudden storm can still silence roads, homes, entire towns. The lessons of 1881, our dependence, our vulnerability, have not melted away. As weather grows more unpredictable, resilience depends not just on infrastructure, but on each other. Some stories linger in the quiet after the thaw. Thank you for watching.